Colifero the Artist is an 8-mana legendary with a battle cry that draws a minion from our deck and then transforms all other friendly minions into copies of the minion we drew. This deck has a few ways to abuse the effect of Colifero. First, we've got Ragnaros the Fire Lord, which of course does 8 damage to a random enemy at the end of each turn. And if we can make 6 Ragnaroses, that's going to be 48 damage split across all the opponent's stuff. There's also Alakir the Windlord, a 3-power charge minion with Wind Fury, so if we can make 6 of those, that's going to be 36 damage to the opponent. And finally, we've got Therazane, which has a death rattle to double the stats of all elementals in our hand and deck. And you'll notice that Colifero, Ragnaros, and in particular Alakir are all elementals. So if we make a whole bunch of Therazanes, one Alakir is going to be doing about 100 damage to the opponent. I don't think I need Fish against Warrior. Alright, we drew the nuts. Totemic Evidence plus Colifero. Gotta make totems for Totemic Evidence. And we also gotta stop drawing minions, because there are only 2 left in deck with this Ragnaros pickup. Alright, I guess I'm playing Fish to kill that instead of toteming. I don't think I'm too worried about getting the health out of this, so I'll just get the card. I mean, Deathweaver Aura does make it, like, somewhat likely that I have random garbage in play, which can be good for Colifero. Okay, Alakir, I need you to stay in the deck, buddy. Can you do that for me, Alakir? I have 1 dead totem, right? So I don't actually need to hero power anymore. I do want to go Therazane into Colifero, so I don't really want to hero power here. I mean, I don't want to play Lightning Storm here. I am overloaded, so I could Altered Chord to shoot this. Maybe Scalding Geyser is better. Because I can kill this, and then they have a 2-4 instead of a 2-2, but I'm probably trading in the 1-1. And I'll have 3-2s against a 2-3 versus a 2-1. Can also hero power with Scalding Geyser, which kind of matters. And I can make sure I draw a card that's not Alakir. So this Prescience is just totally useless. Maybe it doesn't hurt to have a heal. Silly Warrior didn't double their Ignis. Should have known they were going to top deck Bran. Random minions in play are good for me, and I don't think this 2-3 Ignis is doing much that scares me. Like, what's it going to do? Kill my taunt minion? Oh boy, it's Reno. Reno Fun Ranger. So I can still potentially make 6 Alakirs, which deal 36 damage, which is almost enough to kill my opponent. Although it looks like they're leaving me with a 6/6 here. So I can make 5 Alakirs this turn, which is 36 damage, since I get to turn this 6/6 into an Alakir, or since I get to hit with the 6/6 first. And the Alakirs do block damage from Odin, so, I mean, why not? This should leave the opponent at 1, if I'm not mistaken. And then I can kill them with Alakir number 7 next turn. Alright, average outcome. Unfortunately for you, friend, there is another Alakir. We also had a Rag Lethal here, but Alakir put in so much work. May as well give it to him. Love Colifero. I don't think Ancestral Knowledge is a keep. I've got better card draw, and I want to hit Totemic Evidence. Gotta click the button for evidence.
My pain doesn't compare to your plague.
4-mana Tumbleweed is quite good.
The more you struggle, the better.
Boom. The board clear isn't so insane here, but it also makes a 6/6. 4-mana 6/6 is already like pretty respectable. So why not kill their board too?
His citadel stands strong.
Don't really want to play Prescience because I have Colifero already. I guess I'll just make some totems. I missed 6 damage, but I possibly keep an extra thing in play. Or a few extra things in play that can mean more Ragnaroses, more Alakirs. Alright, make the play that's most likely to leave me with some random garbage in play. Because if I have random garbage in play, I can Colifero on 8 instead of 9. Might have to play Lightning Storm here. Yeah, I'll commit to Colifero coming down on 9. I think that's fine.
You have earned an eternity of torment.
My pain doesn't compare to your plague.
Oh god, so many plagues this turn. Well, that's not a good draw.
You can't run from me.
I should not have hit with my weapon here. Way better to just get an extra thing. I mean, it does seem likely that the totem I just summoned probably will live until the next turn, but I could have guaranteed it. And the cost was what? I take like 3 damage. Kind of dumb to hit.
A citadel stands strong.
Alright, it worked out. Well, that's a bad draw. Or is it? Does that mean I have guaranteed lethal? So that was actually a very good draw. Die, insect. Very nice.
Thrall versus Liadrin.
My blade burns with holy fire.
My elements are frightful.
Alright, Chisel's a great card. Not sure that I love seeing the Paladin matchup, but if I have to play it, I'm glad I have a Chisel.
The light dims, but we fight.
You can't run from me.
Gaze into the horizon. And you will see what is real.
Alright, we got Reno Paladin. It's definitely better for me than aggro. Although they have quite an aggro opener here. Can I do anything fun with cold storage? I can Colifero into Therazane, and then cold storage Colifero, and pull Alec here for the most damage anyone's ever done in their real game of Hearthstone. It's definitely way more responsible to take schooling, but what if I take cold storage instead?
You can't run from me.
That's actually a really good draw. I need the cards, and it lets me play Altered Chord this turn.
You can't run from me.
Easier to draw blood than starches.
Cold Feet. I don't even play minions. Alright, there's Colifero, so probably not playing Prescience. At least not yet. I missed one healing here. But my opponent missed 1 damage last turn, so I guess we evened out. We're both bozos.
Ready for wrangling. Reporting for duty.
Okay, Totemic Evidence is a great card.
You can't run from me.
Alright, I mean, my hand is basically what I need it to be.
Easier to draw blood than starches.
Another Liadrin. Well, I've got Tumbleweed here. It's probably going to be the play. Although Divine Shields on all this stuff is kind of annoying.
Easier to draw.
2 Liadrins. Could play double Lightning Storm. Probably just Tumbleweed.
Run from me.
Alright, so I do have Colifero next turn if I want to take it. But if I want to be super greedy, I can try to hold it one turn for cold storage. Probably doesn't make too much sense to play that hard into cold storage. Alright, we got Therazane. So everything gets 16 times its stats. And I do have Prescience to find Alec here. But it might be better to just play the 5th Therazane next turn. Assuming my opponent's not just dead on board. Okay. That is very powerful. What is ETC going to be doing? Okay, I think that makes me want to play Prescience instead of Therazane. Overloaded for 1 next turn, which is fine because my Alec here does 96 damage. They do appear to be dead here. Boom. That's a big Alec here. Definitely not keeping Therazane, but the rest of those cards weren't very useful either.
I see you brought guests.
Pretty bad hand, I would say. But I do have Carving Chisel, which is one of the best cards in my deck, so I've got that going for me at least. And Totemic Evidence is just such an insane draw. Now I simply need Colifero. Well, I found Prescience. I just have to not hit the 1 and 3 that leaves only Colifero in deck.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Alright, just dump some cards from my hand so I can play Prescience. Okay. I mean, I was showing a decent amount of damage there. Alright. So looking at turn 7 Therazane and turn 8 Colifero. Oh boy. Turn 6 Odin. As long as Alakir isn't in my top 2, I think I should be fine. Alright, a fairly weak turn from the opponent, I would say. I'm sure there's some nonsense combination of cards that could kill me here. Probably not, but Odin is silly. The best I can come up with is like Bash Bash Heavy Plate. Alright, looks like we just need to dodge the 1 in 15 here. And we did it. Can't imagine this drops anything too relevant. It did find another taunt, but I get to go face for 48, I think. Nice. I think I like Farsight. I don't know. Maybe it's a toss, actually. I'd really rather be hitting Totemic Evidence or Carving Chisel. Maybe even Schooling in this matchup. Let's just draw a couple cards. Hey, this Aftershocks is playable. Could be Aftershocks into Prescience. Oh, this is Aftershocks for sure. Nine in hand, so if I Prescience, I overdraw, which is probably not great. Alright, a couple of 3/3s. I could Lightning Storm, maybe. Maybe I just want to play this since it's quick drawn. This should be fine. Next turn can finally be Prescience. Although, even if I draw a Colifero, I don't really have a great hand for it. Ow. Alright, we whiffed on Calyph anyway. Have my choice of Therazane or Tumbleweed next turn. Pretty nice couple of options. Gotta be a Tumbleweed here. Two Sludges in hand, so they can kill my 6/6 if they want to spend 6 mana doing so. I think they have 2 more sludges in hand, so that thing is pretty scary. But luckily I can just shoot it with Altered Cord. This is looking like a fine Therazane turn so far. Wow, I am almost dead. But I have a decent amount of lifesteal in hand. Lifesteal and heal, actually. Healed for 15 here, I think. Not bad. I did also draw a Totemic Evidence, which might take a while to be fully activated. But once it is fully activated, Colifero is just lethal whenever I hit it. Okay. Well, Colifero is now useless, but that's fine. If they play another Crescendo, they might be setting themselves up for getting Alakired. Is Drain Soul a normal card in that deck? Doesn't seem like it would be, but maybe it is. I'm actually gonna play this here because the thing about my Ragnaros being so big is if I'm at 15 health, the sludges start going face. So I think it's kind of nice to just have like a little bit of extra defense. And Colifero is useless at this point. So I'll just take a Taunt Totem. I'm not sure how many sludges are in the bottom of their deck. Going face might make this a 50-50. No, they only had 2 on bottom. I have lethal.